Okay, hi, thank you for Adi as the MC of this webinar that had introduced me well. Honorable for all participants here. I welcome you to this fantastic online seminar. As you guys heard, my name is Gladys Arzen and I'm a college student of the University of Jakarta. Now I will introduce you the keynote of this session. Set screen the curriculum file please. Now we have Herman Walton, psychologist from United States. He is a dedicated psychologist with a vast experience providing patients with innovative treatment to navigate psychological struggles. Committed to serving as an ongoing support through diagnosis, evaluation, and implementation of treatment. Experienced in collaborating with other related service providers to ensure patients are supported fully. For the employment history, he is psychologist at Savannah from June 2014 until March 2017, and then being psychologist at Edmond from April 2017 until April 2020. For graduation, he is from Bachelor of Philosophy, the University of Oklahoma Norman, start from September 2004 until May 2008. He is graduate for being Doctor of Psychology from the University of Oklahoma Norman, start from September 2008 until April 2014. His skills is neurological assessment, cognitive behavioral therapy, and then advanced research skills, and last but not least, knowledge of psychological theory. So now we will talk about the roles of teachers, work motivation, and teachers' job certification in the organizational commitment in extraordinary school. I would like Mr. Walton to please explain further about this. Thank you for the excellent presentation, Mr. Walton. I do really was get amazed by you. Okay, as the presentation session had ended, we will open the Q&A session. If any of you has question about this subject, you can drop it on the chat box. Okay, we will wait for 5 minutes for the best 3 questions. Okay guys, the time is over and we have 3 best questions that we would like to ask Mr. Walton. The first question is from Fatima Nurayati, and the question is, we often know that one of the factors of employees' commitment is the motivation related to commitment. But why do we need commitment as we need motivation, and how the leader should deal with this? Please explain. Okay, Mr. Walton, please explain further about this. Okay, thank you, Mr. Walton, for the explanation. So, the conclusion is employees with high motivation will have a strong commitment also to the organization. The leader of an organization is required to guide and expected to be a good role model for the employees to motivate them. The leader should encourage his employees' motivation and thus manifest their commitment to the organization. Okay, Fatima, are you satisfied enough by the answer that Mr. Watson gave? Okay, thank you, Mr. Walton, for the explanation for the last but not least question. Before we end this session, let me tell the conclusion of this subject. Okay, according to the result of the data analysis and discussion of this research, it can be concluded that simultaneously teachers' work motivation and satisfaction are significantly positive correlated with the organizational commitment. There is a high significant positive correlation between teachers' work, motivation, and organizational commitment. There is highly significant positive correlation between teachers' job satisfaction with the organizational commitment too. Teacher work motivation and job satisfaction influence the organizational commitment as much as 38.6%, while 61.4% of the rest of percentage were caused by other factors apart from the variables when we studied. Teachers' work motivation compared to teachers' job certification dominantly influence towards organization commitment. That's all. Okay, as the time is over and the presentation has ended, I think I should cut this session and end this right. With thanks to Mr. Walton for the extraordinary theory, subject, and presentation that you gave to us this time. We, the moderator Gladys, Arzen, and Mr. Walton as the keynote, will leave this room and let the master of ceremony lead the webinar. Thank you for the wonderful time that we spent today. See you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this joyful moment, our seminar is about to begin. Thank you very much for preparing to attend our online seminar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Honorable of Education Management Study Program Coordinator, Dr. Siti Zulaiha MPD, Honorable Ustadz Akmal Syafril MPDI as our speaker today. And Honorable all participants of this online seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Intan Rahmawati, to the moderator of today's seminar. I am very happy to see you all here and welcome all of you to this seminar. As for the structure of the event, this seminar is as follows. First, opening. Second, presentation. Third, question and answer. And the last, closing. Before the seminar we start, let us open readings Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's seminar is about productive youth during the pandemic. Our speaker today is Akmal Syafril. He is a writer, a blogger, who observes issues of Islamic thought, historian, servant to research, and activist of Indonesia Tanpa Jil, leader of Sekolah Pemikiran Islam, aktivis of Aliansi Cinta Keluarga Indonesia, leader of Halakoh Anak Minangkabau. Has a bachelor's degree in civil engineering at the Bandung Institute of Technology, a master's degree in Islamic thought at Ibnu Khaldun University Bogor, and is currently pursuing a doctoral degree in history at the University of Indonesia. Okay, next presentation. Let me tell you how the presentation will go. First, Ustadz Akmal will be unique to present the material. After that, there will be a question and answer session followed by a conclusion. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Ustadz Akmal Syafril, MPDI, to make his presentation. Ustadz Akmal, please explain the material. Thank you very much, Ustadz Akmal, for giving such an information and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now are the time for the question and answer session. I would like to have second from the participants, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have two questions here. The first one came from Hanifah, was asked about material. And the last question from Muhammad was asked about the presentation. Ready to answer, Ustadz Akmal? Time is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of this seminar. Before closing the seminar, I want to draw conclusion from what the speaker said about productive youth during the pandemic. I would like to thank the speaker for their informative and interesting presentation and all the participation. Finally, applaud the speaker and all of you. Now, let's close by reading Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Maybe that's enough for today's seminar. I, as a moderator, apologize if there are mistakes. And the last say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? Our seminar is about to begin. Please have a nice seat. Thank you very much for preparing yourself to join our seminar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to you all. His Excellency the Dean of Faculty of Language and Art is Dr. Arzen Rahmat, MPD. Respectable the Chair of English Department is Mr. Ivan Iskandar M. The Honorable all lecturers of English Department and the Honorable all participants of this seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Rara Azahra, the moderator of today's seminar. I am very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this Tuesday routine lecture seminar. The seminar is conducted by English Department and supported by ESPS, International Association of Students in Psychology and Social Science. This seminar will discuss about the physical and psychological development of the adolescents. Ladies and gentlemen, the speaker today is Dr. Randy Teguh, MPSI. He is one of lecturer in Psychology UNJ. He has received his bachelor degree in English educational program in State University of Jakarta and taken his master degree at Pajajaran University in Psychology. Then he got scholarship to take his PhD at Monash University, Australia. Before the presentation begins, let's know the regulation how the presentation will be going on. Firstly, I'd like to give the time to Mr. Randy to present the material for about 10 minutes. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, His Excellency Dr. Randy Teguh, MPSI, to deliver his presentation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Randy Teguh, MPSI, with a round of applause. Thank you very much, Dr. Randy, for giving such informative and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to question and answer sessions. I'd like to have 3 questions or 2 questions from the participants. Please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have already had 2 questions here. The first question comes from Nurmutia, asking about, we know that teenagers are still very unstable. What is the best step to make a decision in adolescence? The second one is from Laira Kusuma, asking about how can we regulate our emotions when faced with problems? Are you ready to answer the mystery? Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end part of this seminar. Before I close the seminar, I would like to take the conclusion from what the speakers have presented. The adolescence is described as being the teenage years from 13 to 18 years of age. However, puberty decides the beginning of adolescence. I'd like to thank so much to the speakers for informative and interesting presentations and to the participants for very active participations. Hopefully, the seminar will be beneficial for everybody. Please give applause for the speaker and for you all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. Dear Ma'am Aryati Mall, the head of the English department, the Honorable all lecturer of the Department of English and the Honorable all participants of this seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Muhammad Agus, the moderator of today's seminar. I am very happy to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar. Today's seminar is about danger of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today is Professor Dr. Ahmad Swarni, Dr. SPB SPOTK, is one of the medical staff of the Department or SMF Orthopedics and Traumatology RSUD Dr. Sutomo. He is obtained a medical education Faculty of Medicine, Erlangga University 1971. Education of Surgeon Specialist, Erlangga University 1977. Third, Education of Orthopedics Specialist, Faculty of Medicine, University of Indonesia 1979. At Turingen's the hospital serves the service, the orthopedy, the traumatology, the hospital, Raymond Poincaré, Algarches, France, 1978. And last, postgraduate doctoral program, Erlangga University, 2006. He was a member Indonesian Doctors Associations, Indonesian Associations of Surgeons, Indonesian Associations of Orthopedics and Traumatology Specialists, Western Pacific Orthopedics Association, Fellow International College of Surgeons, and last, Head of Sport Clinic RSUD Dr. Sutomo Medical University Erlangga. Before the presentation starts, let me tell you how the presentations will go. First, Professor Dr. Ahmad will be invited to present the material. After that, there will be a question and answer sessions followed by a conclusion. Now allow me to welcome the speaker, Professor Dr. Ahmad, with title Danger of COVID-19. To make his presentation. Okay, please explain the material, sir. Thank you very much, Prof. Dr. Ahmad, for giving such an informative and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now are the time the question and answer session. I would like to have 3 questions from the participants, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 questions here. Are you ready to answer it, Professor Dr. Ahmad? Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of his seminar. Before closing the seminar, I want to draw conclusion from what the speaker said. COVID-19 is very dangerous and consumes millions of people around the world. Therefore, we need to be careful and pay attention to health protocols. Okay, I would like to thank the speakers for their informative and interesting presentation and all the participation for their very active participation. Finally, applause the speaker and all of you. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Della Arjani and I am a college student of University of Jakarta. Then now I will show and read about curriculum vitae of today's speaker. So now we will talk about the role and challenge of accountants in the new normal era. I would like Mr. Mark to please explain further about this. Thank you for the great presentation, Mr. Mark. I admire you because your explanation is amazing. After the presentation session is over, I will open a question and answer session. If any of you have any question on this topic, you can put them in the chat box. We will wait 3 minutes for one best question. Okay guys, the time is over and we have the best one question that we like to ask Mr. Mark. The question is from Seliulandari. What are the skills criteria? What it takes to get into the profession accounting in the new normal? Which in accordance with the data needs of the labor market disclosed on the JobStreet situs site. Okay, Mr. Mark, please answer the question. Thank you, Mr. Mark, for the explanation. Okay, so the conclusion is by knowing the skills criteria that must be met when you want to apply for a job in the field of beginners malicious accounting profession. Then, the general public, with specification for all levels of education, can be prepared to improve self-quality so that it can qualification criteria needed company. Thank you, Mr. Mark, for the explanation. Before we end this session, let me tell the conclusion of this subject. According to the result of the data analysis and discussion of this research, it can be concluded that based on the result of this study, it shows that the required skill criteria to carry out the accounting profession in the future new normal according to the data expressed job market needs on the job vacancy site JobStreet is 1. Have work experience. 2. Have brevet A and B certificates. 3. Have an understanding of the rules text. 4. Have proficiency in operation computer programs. And 5. Have communication skill. Okay, I think science, the time is up and the presentation has ended. It is with a heavy heart that I have to end this webinar. Many thanks to Mr. Mark as very extraordinary speaker today. Thank you for the knowledge and extraordinary presentation you have given us. I am Della Arjani as the moderator of the webinar today. I say goodbye and thank you again to Mr. Mark and all the participation who attended today's webinar. See you next time.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. Honorable Chairman of Department of English, Mrs. Dr. Anda Ariati, M.Ed. Dear all English Department lecturers and honorable all participants of this seminar. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hanifah Rahmah, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very happy to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar. Today's seminar is about the implementation of key strategy in teaching English recount text. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today is Dr. Fahrial Sham. He is one of the orthopedists at Ansar Islam Hospital, obtained a Bachelor of Medicine degree at Erlangga University, and took a master's degree at the University of Indonesia in the field of orthopedic and traumatology. Before the presentation starts, let me tell you how the presentation will go. First, Dr. Fahrial will be invited to present the material. After that, there will be a question and answer sessions followed by a conclusion. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Dr. Fahrial Sham. Dr. Fahrial Sham, please explain the material. Thank you very much, Dr. Fahrial Sham, for giving such an informative and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now are the time for the question and answer session. I would like to have 3 questions from the participants. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we come to the end of this seminar. Before closing this seminar, I want to draw conclusion from what the speaker said. Yeah, I would like to conclude a little from what I've heard, that all the strategies need to be tailored to each individual's ability. And then I would like to thank the speaker for his informative and interesting presentation, and all participants for their very active participations. And finally, applaud the speaker and all of you.